So I'm Dr. Russell Janae, and I'm an astronomy and aviation instructor at Eastern Arizona College. And I live in Payson, not far from the Payson campus. And I enjoy doing research with students.
All right, and I'm Dr. Rachel Freed, and I love working with students to teach them and students and instructors how to do basic astronomical research. I'm the president of the Institute for Student Astronomical Research, and in addition to working with students, I do research on astronomy education.
So go ahead and share a screen if you could, Rachel, and we'll
Sure.
do some more here. And we've worked together for many years now. And we've got four courses, and I'm just briefly mentioning, then we'll go into a little bit more detail. The four courses make up our astronomy program. So up on the top there, this is a introductory astronomy course. Rachel's going to start teaching it in the fall. It'll be online. This is a introductory astronomy that I taught at Cuesta College several years ago. It was in person. So that's the first course. The second course, kind of upper right there, is going to be an introduction to research. So it's our beginning research course, and it uses small telescopes at Las Cumbres Observatory with CCD cameras, and Rachel will describe that. And our third course is the advanced research, and with that, we do speckle interferometry. And right now we're using data that we get from Chile. So that's the picture in the middle there with the all the telescope buildings. And then our last course is after the students do their research and write up their papers for publication, then we attend conferences with our students. So that picture in the bottom is American Astronomical Society in 2020. And I'm standing there with my arms folded in the front row. And over to the right, you can see Rachel in a blue blouse. And we had quite a few students there. But typical of these conferences, the more adults than, grown professional astronomers and students. Okay, over to you, Rachel.
All right, so I'll describe the basic astronomy course, which we integrate research into, and then I'll describe the astronomy research seminar, which is the introduction to astronomy research. So course-based undergraduate research experiences are becoming a really important part of the educational landscape. That's where you have a large Astronomy 101 course, so Introduction to Astronomy, but you have the students participate in research. So they get many of the aspects of actual scientific work and learn a little bit about the process of science while learning all the content of introductory astronomy. So that's an exciting course that we're going to be developing. And then the astronomy research seminar, Russ and I have taught this together or independently for many years now. And that's where students learn the basic introduction to doing astronomical research. So they learn how to use telescopes, they collect their own data, they select a double star to study, and they analyze their data and, very importantly, write up the results for publication. Usually they publish in the Journal of Double Star Observations or conference proceedings. We often have students present their research at conferences around the country, so they get to interact with an authentic audience. So that's the introductory astronomy research. And now, Russ, you can talk about the next two classes.
Yes, go advance the slides there.
Oh, I guess we can advance one more.
One more, yeah. And so our advanced astronomy research, as I mentioned, right now we're doing what's called speckled interferometry, and we do it on very close binary stars that have short periods, and we're using data. We get a few nights a month during the actually worst observing time with full moon. That's we get it for free from an observatory in Chile, but we're going to hope to have our own telescope running here shortly. And but we also do in-person ones. So we've got an in-person one that's going to be a week almost a week long at Mount Wilson Observatory. You can see on the bottom left there, the big dome on the left of that picture is the 100-inch telescope. And this is where Edwin Hubble, shown on the right with a famous guy by the name of Albert Einstein. At any rate, this is where Edwin Hubble discovered the size of the universe and the expansion of the universe. And we'll be making our observations on this you can see the smaller dome there. That's a 60-inch telescope. And at any rate, we've used both telescopes. Okay, next slide.
Are you going to talk about this one?
Oh, so this is the Society for Astronomical Sciences, and you can see Rachel, front row, far left there. And this is society has professional astronomers, amateur astronomers, and educators and students in it. And it's held in Ontario, California, and it's going to be right before our observing run on California. So this will be a chance for students to present papers. And Rachel, why don't you mention your special session on Sunday morning?
So the day following the Society for Astronomical Science conference, we're going to have a special workshop for educators in the greater Los Angeles area, and students and any of the amateur astronomers that are at the conference that are interested in working with students. And this will be an opportunity for educators to learn about the research programs that we provide, and also for students to present the research that they've conducted over the past couple of years.
Okay, next slide. And so, kind of to wrap up things here, in looking into the future, we did request $128,000 for a really nice research telescope. You can see it on the left there. That's a plane wave instruments. It's the primary mirror is 20-inch. This is a big telescope, and it's really the cat's meow. It's totally robotic, and so students will be able to access it remotely. And instead of just getting a few observations on a night with a full moon, we'll be able to get lots of observations on dark nights. But we do need an enclosure, a dome to put it in. So I got a picture on the right there of the kind of dome that we're thinking of getting, but we need to get some grant money for that. So if any of you happen to have around $150,000, $200,000, just write a check and leave it right there by the trifold, and we'd appreciate it. At any rate, thanks very much, and thanks, Rachel.
All right, Russ, great talking to you about all of this stuff, and I'm excited for the future of astronomy research and education. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Bye, Rachel.
Bye, Russ.